Hello and welcome to Long's Toys. Today I have a Kamen Rider Drive review for you. This is the Deluxe Zenrin Shooter, which is the main weapon of Kamen Rider Mach, as you can see him on the side here. And it does come with the Magaru signal bike. So I really like the packaging for Mach's stuff. The driver and the Zenrin Shooter kind of have this like red retro-ish type feel with the gold. I don't know, it just kind of makes me think of like Mach very much reminds me of like 70s paint scheme. I don't know why, it just kind of does. Love that there. Nice picture over here as well. On the back you've just kind of got showing you how to use it. Obviously the signal bike can go in the Mach driver, so we'll take a look at all that. Another cool picture here on the bottom. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the toy itself. Alright, so here we have it out of the packaging. Comes with the Zenrin Shooter and of course the Magaru bike. And Magaru means to turn in Japanese, which is why it has a big turn arrow. So if we take a close-up look at the bike here, it's pretty nice. As you can see, it's got these kind of like sparkly flecks in the plastic, in the green, which is kind of cool. And this is kind of a foil sticker, as most of the deluxe things have. And then it's got this kind of missile running through the handlebars, which is interesting. And then of course on the back it has the reading part with the the little tabs and everything. But it's a pretty cool little bike. Put him off to the side for a sec. Taking a look at the shooter itself, I like the design of it. I love the colors. I think the white, the black, and the red accent looks nice. Little gold right there. Some silver on top. It does take two AAA batteries, which go right here in the handle. On and off switch right here. So sorry, I'll show you that again from this side. So as you can see, it's got a green LED and a red LED. If you move this tire part, it says Zenrin, because that's like his sword. He'll kind of run up and like slash the wheel across people. If you press the trigger button, it's the red LED lights up and it says shooter. Now the only problem is, these are the only two lights on the thing, and it says, I mean the lights aren't the problem, but it says shooter or Zenrin after every single time you use it. So I mean if you're shooting a lot, at least it doesn't say shooter every single time, it just says it once at the end. But it's not like, it will be one thing if you were in gun mode and then you switched and it said it. But it's literally every single time. I could deal with it if it was just when you were changing from one to the other and it said it once, but then like every subsequent, like if you were in gun mode and every subsequent trigger didn't say it or vice versa. But it doesn't matter. You could say so it says it every time, which is a little annoying. Decent detailing here on the back. I really like the design of it. I think it's a cool looking gun. And it's a nice size. It fits nice in your hand. But that's pretty much, I mean, it only has one sound for each gimmick. Now, if you come in and you put the bike in, it just slides in up here. So it has a full throttle sound, and if you press this, it releases the bike. Now you could literally put anything in here, it's just a button, it doesn't matter, like the reader doesn't matter. So it does have a like super sound for each side of the, the Zenrin side and the shooter side. But like I said, there's not a reader in there. It's just a button that, whatever car or bike you put in, it just holds it down. So you could use any one you want. But unfortunately, that's kind of it for sounds. It has one sound without the bike for each side, and one sound with the bike for each side. And that's really it. So, yeah, that's kind of all the functionality that it has. But we'll go ahead and take a look at the bike. You know, it makes different sounds in the driver and such. So we'll take a look at that. Alright, so up first we'll take a look at it in the mock driver. Next up, the driver. So that's kind of cool. It says Next 01 since it's part of the Next system. And then the brake gunner. So I cannot do the special attack since it's part of the drive system. So I think that the Zenrin shooter is alright for what it is. I mean, it's not fair to compare it to something like the brake gunner because that actually has a reader in it, so it's got all kinds of sounds and playability. This is something that's kind of more on par with the Dorju or door gun. It's kind of got the same amount of functionality where they have a sound for the trigger in normal mode. The Dorju had the gimmick of opening the door and closing it, where this has the gimmick of spinning the tire. And then they had you put the one car in and it makes a different sound. So it's kind of about the same playability as the Dorju. So if you really like that, you might like this. The only thing I find annoying about this is the fact that it either says Zenrin or shooter every single time you spin the wheel or pull the trigger. Like I said, I wouldn't have minded if it was just when you were switching from one to the other, but then if you kept using gun mode, it wouldn't say it every time. But I guess it doesn't really have a way to know that. It's nice that it has lights. I appreciate that it has some LEDs where the door gun didn't have any lights. I think the bike that it comes with is a pretty nice bike. I think Magaru is pretty good. But if you really just are looking for the bike, you could probably pass on this and just get a Candy Toy or Gashapon version of the bike. Like I said, it's got pluses and minuses. I like the design of it. I like, the things that it does. I just maybe wish it did a little bit more. Except for the fact that I wish it did a little bit less in the way that it shouts its name every time. But it's a decent toy. If you could find it marked down a little bit, I think it's worth a pickup. But if you really don't care about roleplay toys, or you're only getting the major roleplay toys, then this is an easy pass. I would certainly recommend the brake gunner or any of the Henshin belts over this as far as playability goes. But I'd love to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please like and share this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. If you'd like to check out Facebook and Twitter, there'll be links for them in the description below. So I hope you've enjoyed this review of the Deluxe Zenrin Shooter from Kamen Rider Drive, and thanks for watching.